Hello, I'm Allwyn Sequeira, founder and CEO of Highway 9 Networks. With me today is Mark Silis, CIO of that great institution, MIT. Glad to have you with me here today, Mark.
Thank you, Allwyn. It's a pleasure to be here. Excited to talk today.
So, Mark, let's go back to the very beginning. How did this all start for you? What were the problems you were trying to solve that led you to seeking us up?
Well, we've been on a cloud journey for the better part of, I'd say, the last 5 to 10 years here at MIT. We always believe in taking advantage of leading edge technology, and sometimes that means bringing things to our community, ahead of even where you would see it in other places. And, I think this area here, particularly with mobility and networking, is another area where just rethinking how that technology is delivered, how those services are delivered is just ripe for evolution. And we've seen this whether it's been computation or any number of services that have been kind of moved to the cloud and delivered in new and innovative ways. And I think networking is really the next horizon for that to happen. And really excited to kind of go on that. It's probably the last part of our environment that we're still delivering through really, truly traditional means. So this is particularly exciting.
Correct. And for our viewers here, talk a little bit through that journey. You obviously spent a lot of time moving all your workloads and servers to the cloud. Talk a little bit more about what that last remaining problem to be solved is on campus and how you began to use the Highway 9 mobile cloud in your system.
Sure. I mean, the evolution, I'd say, is, we've been in all sorts of, I'd say all IT organizations. Primary mission they've had is to keep things running, right? Data centers, network, telephone systems, server storage, everything. And, that's been under evolution. So we've migrated a tremendous number of our servers out of our data centers into the cloud. We've migrated a tremendous number of applications, whether that's our SAP ERP or our Office 365 Exchange environment out to the cloud. And I'd say the last remaining part has really been that networking infrastructure that was kind of underpinning and supporting all that all these years. And we've really been trying to look for a way to try to rethink how we deliver that service to our community. And that's where I think what Highway 9 is doing, using the technologies of their mobile cloud, is incredibly exciting and just a really, really good opportunity for us to kind of explore.
And in terms of what were you leveraging today versus what Highway 9 landed up replacing or augmenting? Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Sure. I mean, today's connectivity story would be a very piecemeal one. I think you have your traditional enterprise networking stack, enterprise wireless networks using 802.11, DAS delivered through carrier networks, partnerships providing cellular connectivity, wired connectivity, all sorts of things kind of going on. We're really looking to the opportunity to converge these things together, one common infrastructure delivering the needs of everything. And that's really where I think we're trying to really focus our efforts as a converged infrastructure, providing real economies of scale for our community.
And this is convergence for IT, OT, and some of your telco relationships?
All the above. I think every single thing you can get in there, that's what we're trying to do. One infrastructure to service them all. I think today's traditional approaches would have bifurcated one technology kind of based infrastructure for each. If you look at voice and all these things, the trend over time is to really been convergence. And I think that's exactly true here in networking as well.
Here at Highway 9, we've been working with the major telco operators towards a seamless integration with what they do and coming on campus. Likewise, from an AI and edge perspective, we know that some of the new applications require incredibly low latency, always on kind of reliability. And so we've been dealing those use cases. Talk a little bit about your leveraging this technology for such use cases from your perspective.
Sure thing. I mean, one of the big challenges of the MIT environment is anything you can imagine, whether today or coming down the road, we probably have it. Operating in our environment. And so we have unique use cases, whether that's augmented reality, virtual reality, rethinking how we deliver the classroom, or some of those experiences that we learned during the pandemic don't necessarily lend themselves to, say, a video conferencing. How do you really provide a true interactive, immersive experience? Right. And those are the kinds of things that traditional networking technology really wasn't built for that. Right. And that's why Highway 9, carrier networks, mobile clouds, all of them provide a real opportunity to provide all sorts of new capabilities that are really going to set the foundation for our faculty and our students and all the great things they're going to create kind of down the road.
And one of the things that you mentioned to me a few weeks ago always stuck with me initially the cloud help you get away from the day-to-day management and hassle of dealing with servers and apps and workloads. Those are better done in the cloud. Likewise, with what we are beginning to work on together, for the first time, we are beginning to enable a world where some external organization can handle most of the network. It's being available as a service so that can free you up for handling the needs of your users. Talk a little bit more about what you had in mind there.
Sure. I'd say one thing every IT organization is struggling with is there's more demand than you have supply. There's not enough of me or my team or anyone to truly meet the demand curve that we're seeing in higher education or I think anywhere else, which is good for us from an employment perspective. It means they still need us. Yeah. I think on the downside is there's a real gap between what people want and what we can deliver and how fast. So I think the ability to take these traditional things that IT organizations have been doing operationally, keeping the lights on, which is for most IT organizations, 85% of their resources, people and money, is spent keeping the lights on. Correct. To take that responsibility, transition it, hopefully to people who are better suited, much more effective and efficient at it, and free up our resources to really have them focus on differentiated problems, things that are really going to move the needle for us or any other respective organization. In our case, research, teaching, education. That's really where we love to spend our time working with our faculty, helping them really solve new problems, not just necessarily keeping the lights on. And I think that's one of the great things of this whole evolution of this industry, is really allowing all IT organizations to really focus on the things that are really important to them, not just keeping the lights on.
But from our side too, having a champion like you that's ready to look past the day-to-day issues and embrace a solution knowing full well that in its final realization, it's going to transcend and transform the way we think and work today and bring this mobility at AI scale into the enterprise. Without champions like you, without folks like you that embrace innovation and in fact encourage it, we could not have done it without you. So for that, Mark, we are incredibly thankful for the opportunity to work together again.
Thank you. The pleasure's all mine. I think we've always prided ourselves in disruption, creative disruption for changing world happens through disruption, and to have a true partner in that, with you and your team is a real privilege. We'd like to thank you as well.
That's awesome, Mark. Okay. And to each of you, thank you for joining us. We hope you're as excited as we are. Thank you.